Oh, I can hear you. Hello.
Hey, everybody, we're getting started here in the Decentraland DAO Discord. So feel free to jump in the town hall stage. We're live on Twitter and YouTube, as well as going to be streaming live inside the Decentraland town hall. So give us a couple minutes, we'll get set up and get started.
Yeah, I'm excited to show people everything we've done so far and guide anyone through our in-world builder today.
I'm also, I can start recording this and we're streaming on Twitter and YouTube. We've got some awesome announcements today. Um, High level art week is coming up. In world builder is going to be integrated with that. And then let's get you building inside the in world builder immediately, show you how easy it is. We're going to be doing this almost every day this week up until art week and showing you the progress, showing you the tool, getting people familiar with it so that the next part is where we're taking this tool over the next few months. We're super, super excited about it. Our team's been working really hard to improve the tool as it currently is, but really launch this tool set into the next version, which will hopefully just unlock so much creativity. And me, I know you're excited about that too.
Oh yeah, it's been such an amazing journey so far just with the in-world builder and everything that we put together. We went above and beyond everything that we had promised as far as our tool set and what we have to offer people. And really, the feedback so far, just from the public, the community, has been incredible. And so, we couldn't have done it without everyone's feedback. And I just, want to thank everyone that has helped participate and make it as a special that it has been. So, thank you all so much.
Yeah, it's been amazing so far. And we just want to get more people involved in building. So that's what we're here to do today. So if you want to come up and ask questions, please post in the chat. We can keep this to an hour. Mies and I can go all day on this stuff. This is what we do all day. This is my full-time job developing inside Decentraland. So we are dedicated and we're here to make everybody builders inside Decentraland. So I think we've got some decent people watching on Twitter right now. So if you want to drop in your comments so that we can see them or join the Decentraland Discord, that would be amazing. Let me see if I can add a link to that as well for an invite and post that in the tweet. And then we can get started. Let's see. Okay, Mies, you think we're ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay. And I see Kanessa down in the audience too. So if you have any questions, Kanessa, any leading questions, any genuine questions, any suggestions for the tool set, anybody as well in the audience, please let us know. We want to make this tool for everybody, not just for us. So let's get started. You're watching my stream live. It's myself, Lastrom, and Mies from the Last Slice Studios team, talking about our Decentraland DAO powered grant funded project called the In-World Builder. And Mies, let's just run out here and kind of get our our little headquarters, our little lobby. So the In-World Builder is a it speaks for itself. Using Decentraland to build inside Decentraland. So you don't have to program, you don't have to know how to do anything else except log in and start building things. And this was an attempt, 2021, I believe, from the foundation. It wasn't the greatest product. It just didn't work well. There was no worlds at the time. So a lot has matured in the platform to get us to this point where an in-world builder now makes sense. It has a lot of functionality. It has a lot of, I should say, stability. And so where we are at today is it's fitting for being able to build in-world and not coding. The platform has gotten more mature, more complex, and we want to remove some of that complexity by just being able to do things like other metaverses. So from a high level, the in-world builder is a custom world server. So it's just a custom server, and anybody that owns a DCL name will get a world on this world server. Just like the Decentraland world server, if you have a name, you can deploy a scene to that. It's exactly the same, except we're doing this in our little ecosystem, and our ecosystem has a lot of functionality built into it. And so we want to remove that barrier of programming by making it easy to just find things and build things. So I think, Mies, what we want to explain is you have 2,500 parcels in your world, and what we want to do is allow anyone to build anything that they can think of without having to program. And the current way to do it, I'm going to drag my screen over a little bit here, is this is what the current sort of first step to the current builder is. You have all of your scenes, but they're individualized, they're compartmentalized. They are separate from each other. You can't actively build in the new scene 1 and go to the new scene 2 and the new scene 3. They're individual websites, and when I click in and dive into them in the current web builder or the downloadable SDK builder, you're actually not inside Decentraland. There's a lot of things you can do here and functionality that we are replicating, but this is not in world. If I actually click this preview link, it's going to take me to another browser tab that would open up the in-world experience. So we've sort of said, hey, let's just do all of this in world. And by doing all of that, what we also wanted to do is have all of your scenes sort of just together in one canvas. And so that's what we actually have here. If you can kind of take a look around, and I think we see Derek here, you'll notice Mies and I have sort of master planned this world to have subdivided sections of different scenes. And so these little orange squares would be synonymous to these types of little websites from the old builder. So what we have done is said, hey, let's have all of your scenes together so that you can work on things. People can see you work on things. You can actually build with other people live. And you can see everything come to life together. And it's really awesome. So Derek is here. He's hanging out with us, and we'll demonstrate how easy it is to build things. And maybe we'll find some bugs, and we'll continue to improve the platform that we have built to build inside Decentraland. So any questions, Mies? Did I sort of miss anything before we jump in?
I just want to say that, for myself as an artist, I was a photographer coming into Decentraland about 3 years ago in March 2021. And, my dream was to build my own virtual art gallery to show off my work and have it wildlife themed. And, I spent hundreds of hours in the builder to create on my 3x1 that I have in Etheria. And it was very difficult. It was, I consider myself someone who is a quick learner, can, overcome many obstacles, but the builder for me from Decentraland was just a huge struggle. And so I would say that, for myself and many others for this project, it was just, that was a huge driver for me and others on our team and the community as well, to just really make building more accessible to everyone in Decentraland. You don't have to be a 3D artist. You don't have to be a coder. And that's what this is all about. So, we're here to help guide people through and show, everyone what you can do without having any of that. And so that's what we're breaking down barriers. And, we had our first build competition that we just finished a few weeks ago. And so we had like 23 different people that participated, which was incredible. And just seeing the different creativity that has already come from it has been amazing. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think I just had an idea. What if we create a scene in the old builder, and then try to do the exact same things, you know, in the in-world builder. Do you think that would be like a cool comparison, and just show people how we approached it from a different perspective? Right.
Totally.
So
I think we should.
yeah. So the old way to do it is you create a scene like this, and you can start from scratch, and you give it a name. So let's go new Lastrum scene, and we'll just say new. Okay. And then I get to choose the size, right? 2x2. Okay, cool. And let's use the web editor. Okay. And so it creates a scene for me. So there you go. That's awesome. Now let's do that in the in-world builder. I'm going to go here. I'm in World Builder, and I'm going to click on this icon up here in the top right. And you'll notice that I have a create button. So I'm going to create. And I'm going to say new Lastrum scene. And let's call it new. And I'm going to create. But the interesting thing now is I actually get to choose the size of my parcel and the makeup of it. You'll notice where there's other scenes, there's red outlines. So we can't build there. So I'm just going to walk over here, and I'm actually going to toggle the parcel. And you'll notice it turns green, and we get some parcel information. I'm going to walk over here, toggle another parcel. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to toggle one more, and I'm going to go here. And I just completed a 2x2. You'll notice the poly count, restrictions, and limitations, and I'm going to click Save Scene. Now I have a scene that I can actually start building in. And so if I go back over here, now I can do the same thing in the builder over here, but it's not in world, right? So let me look for an asset pack. Oh, fantasy. I don't know. What is this? Amorphora. So if I click on this, nothing happens, right? I think I have to click and drag it, and it gets dropped in there, and it gives me some information. So that's how you do it with the current builder, and you can kind of pan around and zoom and see things. So let's try to do the same thing here. What we have is we actually have our catalog in world. And I believe it was called Amorphora. What was the name of that asset? AMPH. Let's see if that one, if we have that in here. AMPH. We don't have that one in here. Okay. So we have a ton of assets. You see 457 pages of assets in here that you can search, and we'll go by 3D. We'll just search 3D assets, and I can click one, and watch this. I can immediately place it. Boom. And so that's me placing an asset in world into Decentraland without programming. You can still drag and drop items in the old builder, but you're not in scene, you're not in world. And actually, Derek and Mies, who are here in the world, they can watch this happen. They can see it immediately. So Mies, can you actually see that wall that I added?
Actually, I cannot for some reason at the moment.
Can't?
So give me no.
Are you not connected anymore?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna reload.
Yeah, so this is all collaborative building. So I can go in here and just start building immediately. And so what we're doing is breaking down the barriers of being able to add assets on the fly and have collaborative building. So if Derek came over here, I can give Derek build rights on this parcel of land, and Derek can actually build with me live. And so here's the access. If Derek gave me their wallet address, I could just type this in here and click add and build with them right away. So if they want to do that, that would be amazing. If not, we're going to continue and show you how to continue to add and build scenes. Now, we haven't really updated, we have some really cool features coming, but we didn't want to do it for, the sake of the stream. We have bounding box validation. So if I take an asset, and you'll notice my scene boundaries, we have some visual cues coming in the latest release, probably later today after the stream, that show you this thing would highlight red, meaning I can't place it in the outside of these bounds of the scene. So we've added some visual cues to show you where you can and cannot place things. So I can grab things like this and just place them all over the place. One really cool thing that we've added too is snap to grid feature over here. So you'll notice this might be a little off center, off rotation. We can actually snap grid just by clicking this button, and immediately all of our assets, when we drop them, will be snapping to grid. So just to take a step back, we've created a tool set that will allow you to create scenes in world and then add objects to those scenes. And this can get super complex as objects can interact with each other. We have smart items. We have all kinds of variability in what you can accomplish. And we're continually adding more and more features so that it will be on parity with everything you can do with the current SDK builder. And we're super close to that in terms of adding functionality and smart items. So, you know, as a scene builder, as somebody that doesn't know how to program and code, Mies, you know, we could maybe visit your realm and check out what you were able to accomplish or roost on, but would love your take just quickly, as I start dropping things in here, how easy it was for you to learn the tool set and then, you know, figure out your building style.
Yeah, so I participated in our first build competition, and what really inspired me was some of our amazing 3D assets that were created by our artists. And I really enjoyed. I wanted to go a theme, so the theme that I picked was sci-fi themed, and I really had a blast working with those objects. I think that it took me only about 3 hours to really go through all the assets, to fill up a 2x2, to place like 100 something objects at the end and edit them, shape them, everything else. And then, I spent probably about an hour just kind of maximizing the size of my plot as far as, deleting some objects, relocating them, and just making it tidying things up and making it look awesome. So, had I so I probably spent maybe 4 hours total, something like that, maybe a little over for all of that. And in comparison, had I used the other builder, I can only imagine how long it would have taken, but probably at least 3 to 4 times longer would be my guess at a minimum.
Yeah, the stuff that we've added has really improve the speed at which you can build. And as Mies was talking, we've added a thing called copy in place. So that if you're building walls or you're building floors or something that's repetitive, it's so easy to just be able to click the 3 button up in the top right. You'll see our context menu. And I click 3 and it immediately copies the asset in place, pulls up the transform so that I can just move it over 1. And there you go. And I'm continually adding objects on the fly without having to go find the asset in the catalog, program its position. I can actually pick this asset back up if I want, or any of these assets, and I can move it. I say, actually, I want it over here. And I can place it right over there. If not, I can always open this with the edit button, and I get all of the asset information just like you would over here. Look at this. You got transform object and the GTLF for that, the 3D shape. So what we have done is sort of condense that into these little objects, and I can actually transform it this way if I wanted to for more precision without grabbing it. I can bring it back to me. I can move it up. I can actually type in here if I want to make it go straight to 0. Can do all the rotations and everything like that, all with just clicking and tapping, no programming. And so this is all in real time as well. Everyone gets to see what you're doing, and you can actually add people's build rights, and Mies can start building things. So Mies, you see all the suitcases? You see all those?
I do.
Okay, let's add Mies here, and let's have Mies build with us. And so this is getting to the point of our next build competition and Art Week as well, where we want people to participate in Art Week and build out their world to showcase their art for Art Week. And the theme of Art Week this year in Decentraland is exploration, which is so fitting because we actually have a 1x1 plaza, a 1x1 parcel in the plaza for Art Week. And it actually links to your world. So you can sign up inside Decentraland, create your little NPC for free, and then what you'd have to do is it would link to your world. And you could jump in immediately from Art Plaza and explore your world, and then from there other people's worlds. So let me add Mies really quick because we're kind of, let me see here. So I'll just paste his wallet. I should get a notification. Mies should get a notification. And now Mies has the ability to click on this joystick and go into build mode and be able to add assets to this scene only And so we can build together. And that's how our next competition is going to go, is a team building competition. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling up Decentraland on another screen so I can show you our Art Plaza parcel while Mies looks to build something. And so here we go. Mies can add things. I'll give more of a rundown on the tool set as well. So, we have two modes, play mode and build mode. Play mode is if you're in Decentraland and you're just going to walk on the parcel and experience the scene. And build mode is actually to go in there and build. So if you own the world that you are deployed to, you can build anywhere. And so this icon is sort of the main entry icon, the IWB icon. You can see that it goes to the Explore tab, and you're exploring the current world. And the current world will have all of the scenes, the builds listed here, just like in the old web builder or the SDK. These scenes are really not next to each other, but in here in the IWB they are. And if you notice, if you can look in the background, you can see me placing the Christmas tree, which is really awesome. And so what we have is so many different layers to this project where you can build things, you can create things, you can explore, and you can explore together. So Mies is building here. I can check out this entire realm that I am in, and I can visit each one of these scenes. So if I wanted to go back to the spawn point for the realm lobby, I just click the visit button and it takes me right back there. And maybe I'm checking this out. That's kind of cool. Okay. Well, maybe I want to go that new Lastrum scene that I just created. And guess what? Boom. It puts me right here where the spawn points are, ready to go to experience the scene. So we've created the ability to create with each other. And then we've created the ability to explore with everybody else. So I'm going to get back to that explore thing. I saw Mariana just mention something. She said, hey, I joined a bit late, but if you want to start building something, do I need to give you my wallet address to get build rights? You do not. The easiest thing to do is you go to the in-world builder. And how do you get there? There's multiple ways. We can talk about that. When you're here, all you have to do is go to My Worlds. And so this My Worlds tab would be all of the DCL names that your wallet currently owns. And what you have to do is just deploy one time for that world. It sets up the initial deployment. So what we do is we have a bucket of Legos, and we keep updating that bucket of Legos, right? Adding Legos in, adding new functions and features. And you say, hey, Lastrum, I want my own world. So what we do is we have to take those Legos and give them to you. And that's the deployment process that you don't have to do. You just click a button and it automatically deploys for you. Once it's ready, then you'll be able to visit that world as easily as clicking a button. So all of these worlds you see here on the All Worlds tab are all people that have actually initialized their name at least once. So you'll see there's a ton of, I think we have almost 60 people. These are alphabetized of different people who have initiated their world. I would like to go to Ruston's because he is participating in Art Week. So for me, as a creator or an explorer or user, I can look at this list and say, Ruston has one build on this scene in this name. I'm going to go check it out. I get a button that says I want to confirm, and I'm actually leaving the in-world lobby name, the builder world name, and I'm going to Ruston's world, where Ruston has all the rights as the admin to do whatever he wants, create as many scenes as he wants, add other users as he wants or not, and build whatever he wants. And so that is, this is where we're at. And I think somebody mentioned something here in the Discord, Horse, yes, all of the worlds were down over the weekend. So I would urge you to come back. We are live in the production servers of Decentraland right now. So this is a sneak peek of Ruston's art world. This is, and so one fun thing is Ruston uploaded custom assets for this world, which is really amazing. So not only is he using the traditional assets from the builder or from our in-world building team, these trees and things like that, Ruston, through our tool set, has uploaded all these assets. And somebody, you might look familiar at some of these types of assets. They might look familiar from a different NFT community, which is amazing. And so I don't know if Ruston's in the crowd, if he would like to come up and speak, because Ruston has a unique perspective as a creator in the sense of the in real world life creator who has come to the Web3 world to express his creativity in a different medium to a different community. And so getting his perspective on building with the in-world builder is really amazing, because he is not a programmer. He has great insight. He has a family who has, given him insight into Roblox and how other things work and user experience. And he's brought that to our team to help us build the best tool possible for everybody to use in an intuitive way. So kudos to Ruston and M and Mies on our 2D and user experience for helping create these icons and the layout and how we flow between all of the information that we have inside this tool set. And if you notice, just quickly, I cannot click on the build this icon. I can't click on it because Ruston has not given me this wallet address permission to build in his world. So you as the world owner, the name owner, you have complete control over what happens in this world, which is awesome. So if Ruston did want to give me build rights, he would give me build rights. I would get a pop-up notification, and then I would immediately be able to start clicking this button to enter build mode and build. And we can stand here and watch Ruston add things if we want. He can build right in front of us. Mariana's here. She's waiting. She said that she just initiated her deployment, and as I'm talking, Mariana's world is deployed. So now Mariana, if we go to the in-world builder and we click on all worlds, let's see if Mariana's name shows up. And look, there you go. Mariana's name is now in the Explorer tab for the entire tool set. So now we all can go visit her empty world if we want. And now she has a whole blank canvas to start building. It's pretty amazing. The integration and the cross collaboration potential for people to explore other people's worlds, but also build with them. I'm going to jump to my actual world on my different name. So I'm going to go to Lastrum, and let's just see what I have. I believe I have my Vipe, and Mies, chime in at any time if you'd like to. And then we can maybe, it's been about 25 minutes, we can jump to the Art Week Plaza and explain that a little bit. So my world is nothing. And so that's okay. Wanted to showcase that. I think it's, oh no, sorry. It's my Vipe room. Okay, I couldn't remember. So Ruston was showcasing his Vipe NPCs. I'm going to showcase my Vipe apartment. And, I always build in day mode, but let's go into Skybox Dynamic. Vipes look amazing in Decentraland. They look absolutely super, really, really cool, cyberpunky, amazing in night or daytime. And so, again, everyone's talking about how these communities can integrate across Decentraland and other metaverses. With this tool set, you don't have to program anything. I was able to immediately upload this 3D asset without having to program. It was available to me, and I immediately placed it here without programming at all. So somebody that is a part of another community that has their 3D models or VRMs or however they have their assets can easily upload them for free to our tool set to be used within their world. Yeah, Horace is mentioning a good point in Discord that the Vipe rooms are like 40,000 polys and I think like 10.5 megabytes. So they might take a second to load inside Decentraland, but once they do, they're fabulous. They look amazing. But unfortunately, that's all I have in my world. The cool part though is I can click on this button again, and I can look at all these different things and see different things. Now, if you'll notice, this looks a little different, this UI, because I am behind this Lastrum realm is behind in the versions. And so if you go back to what I mentioned earlier about the bucket of Legos, you'll notice my bucket of Legos for Lastrum, my little room, is on version 20. But our team has created more things to version 23. So for me, when I log in, I can say, oh, wow, this realm needs to be updated. And I can click this update button, and it will initiate a redeployment, an update from the most current bucket of Legos, and bring all of that functionality and asset tool pack to this realm. So it's really, really amazing stuff. I'm going to go back to our builder realm because that's where I have build rights on this wallet address. And I want to show a couple more things before we talk about Art Week, because this will get into utilizing the in-world builder for Art Week. And that is using custom assets, custom 3D models. So I am the owner of the builder world name. So this realm is mine. I can create scenes. So you'll notice this button, create, is available to me as the world owner. No one else can create scenes in your world. They can only build on them if you give them the access. You'll notice the panel looks a little different too. And you notice the version's updated, which is great. We also have just quickly a help thing with some tutorials and feedback. And you can actually watch a video for scene creation in world right here if you want. And so this will play and you can watch this video tutorial on how to do things. And we have a ton of these videos as well. And we're adding more every time so that you can jump into the tool set. You don't have to go to a wiki. You don't have to go to GitHub. You don't have to go to a website. You don't have to go to Vimeo. You don't have to log in anywhere else. Just go into the tool and learn how to use it and start building. There's a quick question. Does In-World Builder give them colliders automatically? It depends. And what we do is the power of the SDK of Decentraland allows you to toggle colliders on and off. For instance, colliders are ways that in 3D space, for anybody that doesn't know, is how you bump into things, right? So I'm literally colliding with this building, okay? And one person in the crowd is asking, how did I get the collision for the other asset? Well, what I can do is enter build mode, and I can go to the info panel. I can see the asset that I'm going to update and click edit. And in our edit properties, we actually have collision. And you'll notice that this model by default does not have collision baked in. So what I can do is turn it off. By the visible layer will no longer have collision. And if you notice, look, Derek just fell. Derek just fell because I turned the collision off. So he basically was standing on an empty thing, and now he can run through it. And if you notice, so can I. Right? That's the real-time collaboration and building. How cool is that? Now let me go back here, and let me go back, and I'm just gonna add it back. So we'll make this to physics, right, to bump into people, and now Derek should be able to walk on there, and I should bump into the walls again. So it's a really nice, again, functionality feature set that we've included in the builder for free for anybody to use without having to program. Same thing with these walls over here. This wall, what I can do is I can highlight it by hovering over it and clicking 1 to edit, and collision, and I will just turn this. I'll just turn this off, right? I should be able to walk through it when these do not equal the same thing. So I can go like this and boom, walk through it immediately. And if you notice, a few seconds ago it did have collision. So I will put the collision back, and I can no longer walk through it. All on the fly, and it's for everybody. It's multiplayer across anybody visiting the scene. Super, super cool stuff. Meese, he dropped this tree, if you were here 10 minutes ago. I don't like that spot. So guess what? I'm going to grab it. I think I can grab this one, and I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to place it over here now. So not only can you be collaboratively building with other people, you can take their assets if they're not editing it and move it. You can also delete it. Meese can now take this and say, no, Lasham, I don't like it there. And he can go move this tree somewhere else. And that's the beauty of In-World Builder and collaborative building is we're giving people the ability, look, so Derek fell, Meese has it. Now Meese puts it over there. So it's really cool. It happens in real time. And that's what we want to get with Art Week. So we want people to build for our build competition, and we want people to build for Art Week. So the first thing we want to talk about is Art Week and using custom assets. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, 457 pages times 9, whatever that number is, not the best at math on the fly. That's a lot of assets, okay? 3D, audio, and we have some other functionalities that we haven't gone over yet for you to use right now without having to upload anything as a builder in the space. If you want to upload your own assets, you can totally do that. And you have to be in your world, and the assets are only for your world. And so if you go to this icon here, you'll notice that we're on public. These are drop downs, by the way. I think DCL needs to do, maybe we could figure out how to, denote these as drop downs. This is an input, but private right here. And you can actually see the private assets that we've uploaded through the custom asset. And if you did notice, one of them is the robot that's in the lobby. It's right here. And you'll notice that I get a little placeholder for it, and he's a little stretched out. So I can edit his scaling if I'd like, right? So I can come in here and let's go to transform, put him down to 0. Let's put it to 1, 1, 1. And look at that. In like 5 seconds, I moved it and scaled them up a little bit to bring them right here. So this is a custom asset that is not part of our catalog. And so we encourage artists to, one, create a scene if they'd like. And then you can upload your own asset by clicking on this button right here. And it says, this is our asset uploader. It'll open up a new tab. And from here, you can just click 3D asset, and you can choose an asset to upload. You'll get a 3D viewer right here. You give it a name, description, choose a style, upload an image, and you can upload an asset immediately right now to be used in your world only. And that's how we got this asset in here. That's how Rustan got his custom Vipes. And so we want to encourage people to do that for Art Week. Mies, any questions so far before I show the Art Week Plaza and then talk about the build competition?
No.
Cool. So for Art Week, this is live in Decentraland. You'll notice we're at 57:58 in Decentraland. And we have this lobby. This is a 1x1. And we can maybe build this out more or not. But all this is a portal to these individuals' worlds. And so what I can actually do is, let me close out of this one. So I'm in Decentraland on my name. And if you come over here, you can speak to our NPC, and that's how you sign up for Art Week. When you do sign up, you'll automatically get your little NPC over here. And we need to figure out why DCL is not showing custom wearables. You can see that that's our person over here, but they don't have the shirt on. So we need to figure that out with DCL. But Rustan has a custom GLB. And when I click on it, I would be able to go to his realm. And so that's the exploration part. So we're going to allow people, when you sign up, you immediately get a little NPC, and that NPC will link to your IWB world. It'll drop you right in. And we'll have that live for Art Week. Any questions? Because Mies, I'm not sure you've seen that yet.
I have not. No.
Yeah, so this is Art Week is a huge expansive plaza. If you look, in Decentraland, we're over here on the far right. Tons of amazing things and galleries and exhibitions happening. We're going to have this 1x1 parcel that's literally a portal for exploration into the in-world builder. And so we want people to sign up for free and go here and build your worlds out. And there's a few ways to get to the in-world builder server. One way is we actually have like a little portal launch pad under Discover. You can go to worlds, and we've actually deployed a world inside Decentraland's world server. So you can go there, you can jump in here. If I jump in, it's going to take me to the Decentraland world server, okay? And it kind of looks familiar, right? And when you talk to this guy, he is going to link you to here. He's going to take you to the In-World Builder. You can also get to the In-World Builder from Angzar, which is really cool. So that's another little fun feature. Any way you can get to a world server, you can get to ours. And so ours is just a simple URL, but we've made it easy for people to just click and jump in. So we have the world realm inside the Discover, but then we also have in Angzar as well. We have a little scene down here, the plaza beneath Genesis City. You can jump in, and there'll be a little scene that will immediately connect you to our builder realm. Funny enough, and consistently enough, here's the scene. Again, talk to our builder bot, and they will immediately teleport you to the In-World Builder toolset. So we encourage people for Art Week to go sign up. And if that's not working for you, just all we need is your wallet address and the name of the world you're deploying to, so that we can put that little NPC in there for you. And then start building your world. And one nice thing is, we're here, we're available for anybody that needs help. We're going to keep doing these live sessions. The fun thing is every world comes with a lobby already. So when Mariana deployed her world, she immediately got a 2x2 that can never be deleted. And that every time somebody spawns into your world, they spawn into your lobby. So you can decorate your lobby however you like to introduce people to your world. That 2x2 could be your entire art installation like we saw with Rooston. It could be a little welcome home area like this, where the rest of your world is built out. And you can see that during our last competition, we built this little watchtower here. And you can kind of see how we've subdivided our entire world, where the potential for scenes are going to be in these orange squares, which kind of gets me to the next point of the next build competition, which is going to be awesome. So I'll just stop right there and see if anybody has any questions in the crowd, on Twitter. It's tough doing this. Thank you, Toxic, for sharing. Mies, if you had any questions or ideas, I can just, if not, jump into the builder competition.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's jump into the builder competition.
Cool. So we had a builder competition that ended a few weeks ago, and it was a single competition. And so you had a 2x2, and you could build whatever you wanted. And we had mana prizes for that. And so we're expanding on version 2, number 2 building competition. And so this time it's collaborative. So you can have a team from 2 to 4 people, and you get a 3x3. So if you notice, I stood up here, you'll see the sizes of these template subdivided parcels are now 3x3. And so when you sign up in our In-World lobby, you'll assign your team name and the wallet addresses that are on your team. You can only be on one team, and you'll get a parcel assigned to you in your team. Once that is available, you can immediately start building in your scene and start adding assets in a collaborative fashion. So the next build competition, Mies, correct me if I'm wrong, when is that starting? Is it next?
It starts this Friday.
This Friday. Okay, this Friday. So this Friday, we will be having the launch of our, sign up and start building for competition number 2. Again, it's no coding. Don't feel overwhelmed like you don't know what you're doing. That's okay. We're going to be here every day to help people build their scenes. We are still limiting it to the asset packs that are available. No custom assets yet. We want to keep a very fair playing field so that nobody uploads an entire scene or anything like that and somebody else doesn't have that ability. We want people to get very familiar with this tool, finding assets. Maybe I want to look for the G's. So I click on G and it immediately takes me to that page. Maybe I want to look for 3D. Maybe I want to dive into the fantasy, right? So learning how to navigate the tool set as it currently is with the current assets, building in a collaborative fashion towards a first, second, and third prize pool, which First place gets 300 mana for the team, second place gets 200 mana for the team, and third place gets 100 mana for the team. And then you also get a wearable for participation. So there's like, I think that's 600 mana across the prize pool to win for just building. All you got to do is build. And we will also have a voting period once the building period ends. Voting is also done in World, so you don't have to, go to a Twitter, take a screenshot, fill out this Google form, send your wallet address, verify Discord, type in this. No. Come into the in-world builder, walk around, right? You'll be able to see all the scenes, and they will actually all be listed here, which is really nice. So you can just kind of teleport around to the scenes, view them, and there'll be a little sign that says vote, and you just click the button to vote. Everyone gets 3 votes, and you could sprinkle those across all of the building teams. Have I missed anything, Mies?
No, you got it covered. Great. You did great.
And not only can you build static things, you can build dynamic things. And some of those, we're always improving this tool set, is to show which assets actually have functionality. So, I talked about sort of what the tool set is. It's free and open for everybody to use. You can easily drag and drop items. I can drag this A-frame if I want, here. Everybody can see it, move it. I can change some things about it. You can see Mies obviously sees that because he ran up the collider and he's standing on it. I can easily, if I want to, I can toggle the collision and he should fall. And let's see if he does. And there he goes. He falls. So I immediately have some dynamic functionality ability here, but there's more to it. And we do have triggers and actions, some fun things. So we're going to do better about which catalog assets have animations, but I do know this door has an animation baked into it. So I'm gonna drop it. Oh, I think I put it a little too low. Let me see here. It's not letting me do that one. See, here's the door. Why is it over here? I think what we've done is, let me figure this out. Do we have the animations? Did we do that on this one? What I'm trying to showcase everybody is the ability to add animations and actions and triggers. 2 things. So this door actually has 3 animations, and what I can do is I can have triggers do things. So I have actions, and I'm going to delete this action. All right. Let me see. Demo fail. We need to figure this out. This is all new stuff that we're launching for the build competition, but essentially doors and things will have actions, and you can trigger those actions. You can trigger doors, you can trigger text, you can trigger motion, you can trigger teleporting a player, you can do all kinds of actions via smart items, which we have here. We have click areas. We actually have NPCs, and we have trigger areas as well. So a trigger area, if you walk into like the trigger area, you can see something happen. You can trigger an action. You can hide something. You can move something. You can show text. We have that as well. So all of these assets can be triggered by the other assets. So when you're building, and we're going to be here to help people with the building, is you can be super dynamic in creating scenes, not just static scenes, but you can add stuff and add text, change the text, things like that, and react when somebody enters the scene or somebody leaves the scene. So, don't think, I'm just going to drop assets and I'm not going to be able to do anything dynamic. You'll totally be able to do some really, really amazing things. Some other actions, I believe, let me see. We have a list of them. Let me go here and see. Let's go. Actions. Here are the actions, right? So we can open a link. We can play or stop an audio file. We can play or stop a video. We can play or stop an animation. We can teleport the player. We can trigger an emote on the player. We can actually toggle the visibility of another object. We can show some text on the screen or hide the text. And if you notice, Rustan just redeployed his world, so he updated his Legos with the newest feature set, but he's probably also updating 3D assets, right? So every time he gets a new redeployment, he's probably updating 3D assets, which is really cool. So then I could always just jump over there and figure out, what Rustan is up to lately. But what we had, as I was mentioning, is the actions, the ability to have an action and react to that in the scene. So maybe there's a door that opens, or you go into a certain area and you click on something like the suitcase, maybe it disappears and some text shows up on your screen saying, enter this path, and you meander through the path, or there's a parkour. You can build as high as you can, and have different actions. You can teleport the player around as well. Meese, am I missing any other actions?
No, I think you got all of them covered. I've been just really enjoying playing with like the text and some of the animations, that are available, and actually the teleports as well. So those are some of my personal favorites for the actions and the triggers.
Cool. One other thing too is a new feature that is not available in any other builder is adding NPCs. It's actually a lot of fun. And we found a DCL bug when you edit these NPCs. But besides that, it's so fun. You edit the NPC. I can give it a name, right? And I can update it, and the name shows up right above it. I can give it, RGB, red, green, blue values for hair color. So maybe I go like 50 and 100 and 150. I click update. Let's see what happens. And my hair changed for the NPC. How cool is that, right? So I'm like building this NPC on the fly here. We'll go like this. We'll go 200. I don't know, maybe 150. And there we go. You can see this person a little bit. But the fun thing is updating the wearables. So I can click wearables and check this out. You can add in any wearable you find on the marketplace. So I already have this website up. I don't know. These look cool. Cyberkinetic legs. Let's just try this. I take the whole link. I just take the whole link. I copy it. I come back and I bring it in here and I add the wearable. And let's update. And let's see what happens. Boom. Cyberkinetic legs on my NPC without programming. I didn't have to do anything. And you can add more wearables. You can go back and continue this process of building out your NPCs to have as dynamic things in the scene. So maybe you want to click this NPC and some text shows up. And that NPC has a clue for you to go somewhere, right? Like that's what we're getting towards, is this dynamic functionality without having to program anything. I'm literally not programming anything. Horace is saying can you use the wearables without buying it? You totally can on NPCs. If you notice, I cannot dress my current avatar, but these little fake avatars around the scene can be anything. They can be any wearable on the marketplace, which is super cool. And we can continue to build out this NPC if we wanted. It looks like maybe we give this person, a mythic top as well. So copy that, come back over. I can find the asset in this asset list. There's so many things to do with this tool. It's crazy. I encourage people to get in there and start building, because there are so many features that just work, right? That are just here. You'll notice I can toggle visibility in build mode. So maybe I've got a lot of assets like this and I just can't see some things. So, I want to hide some things, right? This wall over here, or that wall, this wall, I want to hide, right? So it kind of gives you like a little view, it's super intuitive and dynamic to build. So there's all kinds of things we could continue to talk about. If you click on this, you get a size of your scene. So you could see, this scene is built without limits. So these bars don't really relate, because we have the ability that you can build without scene limitations imposed by Decentraland. That's what's really cool, is we're giving people the ability to say, hey, do you want to use the DCL limitations, or do you want to just kind of build on your own? You can add spawn points. You can export it And you can download the scene if you want to continue the programming, things like that. You can change the scene name or description. You can add or remove builder rights. There's so much functionality baked into all these different things. The main settings as well. You can get different pop-up notifications. There's audio for building when you're, music in the background when you're building. So encourage people to just jump in here and kind of play things. And Horace, we are not using anything against the DCL terms of use. This is actually functionality baked into the platform, and we're using what the platform is giving to us. So if there's enough of a uproar or dissent against what the current platform allows, then the platform would have to change. But right now, you can put an NPC on your scene and give it any wearables. That's not something that we created. We are just using the platform and making it easier to use. So this ability to add NPCs is not something we created, but the ability to do it without coding is something we created. And, for anybody wondering, I can pull up the documentation page just as an aside quickly. Here's the documentation page. I can go here, and I believe it would be, let's see here, NPC avatars. Here you go. So, it's a part of the ecosystem, and I think it's a great tool. I think there's ways to increase discoverability for the wearable creator. We could have hovers and show that this was for Knights of Antrom, that they were the creators. There's all kinds of different ways to give credit to that individual if we wanted, but it's part of the ecosystem. It's built in. Same with emotes and things like that. So it allows more dynamic content inside the platform, and we're leveraging that in a very easy to use way by just clicking and dragging. What else, me? So we've done smart wearables. We've got 3D. We've got 2D. So you can do images. You can do NFT frames, the text, video. We've got audio files as well. Tons of different audio that you can find. One nice thing, again, comparing to the builder, when you have an asset in the builder, you can't really inspect that asset. You can't, if I found that fantasy asset again, I don't know anything about this Amorphora. I have no idea its poly count or anything prior to dropping it into my scene and being able to click on it, right? So what we've done is when you have an asset, you can just click on the info button and it'll tell you information about the artist, the size of it, the catalog, the category, some description, the poly count. And so you can see a little more descriptive info of who has created what, or maybe this will push your scene over the limit. You can see the poly count and size here. You can place it from this immediately, place it centered, or if you click on the image, you can immediately place it. So there's all kinds of layers to these ways to be creative with this tool, and we're going to continue to expand upon it. And allow people to, one, get comfortable with Art Week. If you are not part of the original Art Week application and acceptance, that's okay, because you can just sign up for free, and your NPC will be in the Art Week Plaza, and then you'll have your whole world to build out and showcase your talent. I am not an artist, but if I did have any 2D art, I believe Mies is a photographer. He's a photographer, and so I could add an image here and give it a link if I wanted to, and I could go to the image, paste in a link, and that image would be freely available right away. And I can change the size of this as well and build some 3D concepts around it. So you don't have to be like a 3D artist for Art Week. In my interpretation, there's 4,000 assets that you have at your disposal to use. And if you're a 2D artist, then you can sort of build an art gallery and put your 2D art in there.
Another thing I just want to add on to that for 2D artists like myself. So another option you have, you can put an image in there. You can link it out. You use a link to show the image, but in addition to that, you can add a click feature within our tool set. And so then that can allow you to then, send people to your website or send them to your NFTs or wherever it is that you would like them to. So I just want to say that that's an amazing option as well for people like myself.
Definitely. Yeah. What else? I think we're coming up on the hour. We can wrap it up. What we want to do is every day be here available, whether it's in the Last Slice Discord, here in the town hall, in the DAO, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, here for people to build and learn and ask questions, because we have a huge roadmap ahead for this tool set, because every day we are adding more and more functionality. As you can see, this little yellow box over here, this is the trigger area, right? That when I entered into it, it moved me up to the top. So there's all kinds of functionality that's already available to users of this tool to go ahead and get dynamic content in there. And we'll continue to update and develop and achieve our roadmap for where we want to go with building amazing experiences without having to program, because other metaverses are doing it. And it's not that they look better than Decentraland, they just make it easier. And so we hope this tool set will break down those barriers to make it easier to be a content creator, not just for the individual assets, but for the entire scene and dynamic experience going forward. And so we're starting with Art Week. We've done one build competition. We've got a second build competition starting Friday to sign up as a team. We think that's going to be really amazing. And I think, Mies, is that running 2 weeks?
Yes, it's going to be 2 weeks long. So there should be plenty of time for people to get their teams together and to start building. And, it's going to be 2 to 4 people per team for this competition. So, if you want to start reaching out to your friends and, people that you would like to have on your build team and get those started, have them ready for Friday. And we're going to be doing a World Storming Live Spaces at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be opening it up then. So we're really happy, and we hope that you'll participate.
Yeah, very cool. Join us on Friday. You'll notice I've been going around deleting some of the things. So not only can you add, but you can delete. You can also just clear a scene too. We've just added this. So if you're like, man, scratch that, you can click this clear build and everything should be removed. So nice blank slate, clear it, start over. So you have that ability in your team build competition as well. Outside of really getting in the nitpicky feature sets and all that's available, I think we're all good in terms of what we wanted to showcase with this builder for the hour. Again, we're available on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and Discord, all over the place. This is our full-time job to provide content, provide tool sets, provide the ability to become a creator in the space without having to program as a high barrier to entry. We're lowering that, and we want to make this tool available for anybody. So we actually have, in wrapping up, in the help section, we have a feedback. So please type this feedback in, whether good, bad, ugly. You really do not like the product at all. You think it's terrible. We take it all. And we built this for everybody, not just for us. We actually took Scott Oddjob's recommendation, and he hated our layout for the transform. This panel right here, he hated it. And so he said, could you do something like this? We came together as a team and said, you know what? That actually makes more sense. And we came up with this panel, and he loves it. And it's way easier to use. And so we actually listen to your feedback, because this is the tool set for everybody. We want you to build your worlds. I don't want to say we don't care that we get to use it. We want others to use it, because again, we have a ton of stuff coming down the line for this roadmap, for this tool set. This is only just getting started. So we want everybody to become experts at it for what's to come over the summer, because it's about to get insane. And this tool set is about to get an upgrade that is just like going to knock your socks off and going to be amazing. And we hope to have everybody be a part of that. So let's get the foundation of this tool set. Let's get everybody building. Let's get your build style, how you want to build. If duplicating in place, how you rotate. Do you like third person or first person? Different build styles. Get that down, and then you'll be, a master for when this tool set really takes off in the summer. Mies, do you have anything else?
No, that's really all I got. And just I just want to remind people that we've got our team building competition coming up. So please, 4 p.m. Eastern Friday, listen in. In addition to that, we'll be doing other live streams throughout this week. And Alastrom and I are available if you're interested in participating in Art Week. Maybe you didn't get in on your one by one, through the official mesh or Art Week list. And so, we are here to help people onboard them, prepare them, set them up with their DCL worlds, and get your avatar set up so that you can have a link from our one by one that's going to be in there for the art festival this year. And then people can come see your work and your experiences. And so we would love to help people through that and to get people more exposure. So please feel free to reach out to us, and we'd be happy to help you. So thank you all so much.
And with that, I think, Ivy, we're all set. I've been recording. Thank you again so much, everybody, for participating. Derek for jumping around. Toxic for reposting the room on Twitter and stuff. Again, we want people to be fun and creative in Decentraland. So get in there, mess around, make an absolute mess of everything, figure out what works and doesn't. We're here to immediately provide updates and make this the best tool set for all of us to become creators and highlight the ability that Decentraland has in this bull market to attract newcomers and retain them as creators and users in the space. So thank you so much for everybody that came. Thank you, Mies. Thank you, Ivy, for hosting. And we're here. We're just going to turn off the stream, but I'm going to stay around on Discord. If anybody wants to jump into the voice chat and ask questions, we're going to stay around, just not live stream. So thank you so much again.